Guess what? I'm back. So I heard the internet missed me. I don't know if that's true or not, but it has definitely been way too long. So for this past month, it's been kind of busy and hectic around here at the old house in Nebraska, Montana, and Wyoming. So the reason I haven't been around for this past month, the first thing on the list is my younger brother got married. So congratulations there, Tony and Kayla. So the main reason of this video is we were invited out to the wedding, of course, and I was asked to be a groomsman. Naturally, I said yes. And of course, I did bring the camera along and shot just a little bit of video. So we went all the way out to Red Lodge, Montana. That is about 900 or so miles from here in Omaha, Nebraska. We went over to the Iowa side and went up 29 north. And then cut over through South Dakota, and then cut straight over through South Dakota. And let me tell you, those billboards for wall drug are ridiculous. They're like every 20 feet. Anyway, we drove through South Dakota and headed to Billings, Montana, and then from there it was like 45 minutes to an hour away to Red Lodge, Montana. Population is like 2,000 and the elevation is around 5,555 feet. And after the trip to Montana, we went down south an hour to my hometown of Cody, Wyoming. My parents were moving into a new house, or a new used house. We were there for about a day and a half to help them move and get some stuff ready for the move. I really didn't get any videoing there at all, except for like a couple random pictures, pretty much because we were moving, you know, the whole time. So then after that, of course, we drove home, and then we had some other issues whenever we got back, and I'll explain those just a little bit later. So I'm going to keep the talking to a minimum because I would imagine this video is going to turn out to be just a little bit long. But if you're interested in what I've been up to for the past month, now I will tell you this video has nothing to do, well, actually there's one little part about the Powerwall, but that'll be later. The rest of the video, there's a bunch of scenery, my brother's wedding, Horace, he's in here, Beyonce's in here, my refrigerator is in here, and yeah, there's a couple other random things. Oh, and my birthday. This is all gonna be kind of like a 4 or 5 video wrapped up into one for the month of June, and I guess the very beginning of July. So if you're bored, stick around for the video. If not, I guess I'll see you on the next one. off-roading or what?
Yeah, off-roading.
Okay, so this next scene is just kind of like a rehearsal slash practice wedding. I think they call it a rehearsal dinner. We had tacos and they were really good. Anyway, this next part is basically just a quick rehearsal slash practice. Luckily, all I had to do was kind of walk and then just stand there. And all the rest of the people are my younger brother, his new wife, Kayla, and then his friends, her friends, and my parents. My older brother, Chris, and his wife, Emily, and my older brother, he's got like 400 kids. He only brought 3 this time. And the 2 younger ones, which are twins, they are going to be the ring bearers. Here we go. You're the tour guide, so I'm
so over here you got some stuff.
There's a little bit of something over here.
Dogs. Flat tire. I just got a flat tire. Ugh. Got it.
Where'd you go? You know what the difference between a professional photographer and a amateur, don't you? Huh? The professional just takes more pictures, and then he just chooses the best one.
Well, then I must be a professional because I just keep clicking away.
Where the person? By the bulb or? You see the top of his head, right? Yeah. Look at that.
Hey, are you hens done clucking over there or what?
We're good.
All right.
Clack, 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 clack.
Well, you'll be coming straight up.
There are no pictures of me drinking a beer.
Okay, okay, well, that's true. I feel like that's real. I feel like you're wasted right now and shit's about to go down. Fair enough.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Alright, so this next little song is going to be pretty quick because we didn't have the camera around for the actual wedding. And of course, since I was in the wedding and Lauren was sitting right up front, everybody else was taking pictures. We only got a couple of pictures, but before I play it, I do got to tell you that the day of the wedding, the cake came all the way from Billings, Montana to Red Lodge. Like I said before, it was like a 45 minutes to an hour drive. I don't think they pre-froze the cake because whenever we got it and opened it up, there was a big crisis with the cake. Lauren kind of snapped everybody out of it and said, "Hey, everybody, quit it," or whatever. And she took charge. We left the golf course. That's where the wedding was going to be. We went around to all the bakeries. None of them had really anything for cakes, or sheet cakes for that matter. So we went to the grocery store real quick, got a couple of Pillsbury box cakes. She made up 4 cakes, 2 of that are like 12 or 14 inches and then 2 that were like 7 or 9 inches round to kind of figure out a new bottom piece for the cake. Lauren saved the day with a couple of new cakes. We dropped it off. My older brother did the re-icing and stuff, and then voila, brand new cakes.
Burn the house down when they're cooking dinner.
What's up, YouTube? Thanks for coming to my wedding. It was great.
So the next couple of minutes is just us leaving Red Lodge and going about an hour south to Cody, Wyoming, where I'm originally from. I wasn't born there, but I did go to high school there, so I kind of just say I'm from Cody, Wyoming. The population whenever I was there was around 8,000. I think it moved up to about 10, so they're gaining popularity. Anyway, so we leave Red Lodge, go down to Cody, Wyoming, waiting for my parents to show up because they had to bring their RV back. We got there about an hour or so before they did, so we just kind of tooled around a little bit, went to one of the visitor centers down there, which I've never been to before. The Dam. I know, I lived there for quite a few years and never went there. And again, we were only in Wyoming for a day and a half and then we left. There is a little bit of pretty awesome scenery when we leave. There's a place that we go through called Wind River Canyon. It's just beautiful. Beautiful country out there. If you've never been to Montana or Wyoming, I would suggest it because it's just beautiful. Not all of Wyoming or Montana is beautiful, but like the mountain area is really, really scenic. So anyway, enjoy. Alright, so now that we're back in Omaha, Nebraska, Horace and Beyonce were ridiculously excited to see us, of course, but the next couple of weeks were kind of busy and hectic and a little crazy. So a few days after we got back, Horace came down with a UTI/bladder infection. Yeah, so we kind of had to rush him out to the vet hospital. Of course, they told us the great news, and then he ended up staying there for about 2.5 days. $750 later, he was able to come home, and as you can see, he's doing quite well now, running around chasing treats just like he used to. Okay, so this next little bit is for the Powerwall people. Alright, so you guys know how I pretty much kind of leave my refrigerator running on the Powerwall kind of 24/7 unless I don't have any sun. So before we left, I shut it all down, put the refrigerator back on grid, you know, disconnected the solar, because you never know if something's going to happen when you're gone. So it's a good idea to shut it all down. So that's what I did. It was probably a huge mistake. So not more than 6 hours into our trip, I'm trying to remote log into one of my mining rigs and I can't. It's just nothing's work. I can't log into anything at my house. You know, the power must have went out because it's been kind of stormy here the last couple of weeks. So anyway, I'm trying to get a hold of my neighbors. A couple hours later, I finally get a hold of somebody and they were like, yeah, we had some storms, we had some power surges, the power is back on now, so everything should be good to go. The next day, I had a work buddy stop over at my house to make sure that the power was back on because we left the cats here. We did hire a cat sitter person that stops in every day to feed them and do the litter box and all that kind of stuff, so don't worry, they were taken care of. I had him stop over here to make sure the power is still on, make sure the air conditioning is still on because it was hotter than hell outside, and of course I had him restart the mining rigs. And then probably 6 to 8 more hours go by. Guess what? I try to remote into the mining rig again, can't do it. We had some more storms and the power has been surging again. So I'm pretty much SOL until the next morning. I finally get a hold of my neighbor again. He's like, yeah, the power's back on, blah, blah, blah. So then I'm like, the hell with it. Anyway, long story short, we get back. After Horace's fiasco at the vet, our refrigerator quit working. No lights, no nothing. Nothing seems to happen whatsoever. Yeah, you just plug it in and it just says PCER. No lights, no nothing, no compressor, no nothing. So of course, you know, I try to check everything. Check voltage, the compressor, everything is reading correctly. It is not working. So I would imagine power surges took out my refrigerator. Anyway, I broke down, called an appliance repair person. They came out, you know, and did their little inspection and kind of did a little less than I did, and just basically said that the circuit boards are bad, and if I wanted them to fix it, it was going to cost $650. And that was with a military discount. But if I let them do the work, the $650 work, they would waive the fee, you know, the service call fee, something like that. So naturally, I did not want to pay $650 more. So I just went online and found a brand new main board and then another control board. Actually, the control board was used off eBay, and those are on the way. So hopefully that will fix it. Also, the following weekend after we got here, which would be around the June 16th, my birthday. Yep, I am 22. No, I'm definitely not 22. So yeah, we went out to lunch to Shucks, had some really awesome seafood, and oh my god, they have this thing, it's called Deep South Risotto. Oh my god, to die for. It is that good. So anyway, went out for a big seafood lunch. Lauren ended up getting me some fad ass fog lights, and of course I had to get some really cool switches to go along with it too. And then the next day or two I mounted them on the truck. And some LED headlights. So if anybody does not have LED headlights and you have an older vehicle like I do, and it's like night and day difference. We got all 4 headlights for 20 bucks. And of course I'll put the links down below if anybody is interested in any of the lights or the switches that we got. But holy crap, they are badass. And no, I didn't make a video because it's just mounting a couple of lights and switches and relays and stuff. And I really didn't have much time at that time either, because also the following week all of Lauren's sisters and her kids came into town and were here for another week, so that was another week kind of busy and out. So yeah, there's the whole month of June, and then of course now it is July, and I just had to make a quick little 4th of July video. Hopefully you guys got to see that. Basically every year I will fill up a bunch of balloons and trash bags from my hydrogen generator and just blow them up. That's pretty much all the video was. Yeah, I got to do that also. And of course, while we're gone, I got all sorts of packages in the mail from Banggood. Got one from Peter. Got one from Bog Patterson. So I'm gonna have to do a video on all of this stuff as well. I did get another one from Luna Cycle. They're the ones that do the electricbike.com. So he sent me another box. I've actually had that one a little longer, and I intended to do a video opening that one, but I just have not had time to do it. That is what I've been up to the entire month of June and the beginning of July. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it was a little bit long, and I said I was gonna keep the talking to a minimum, but you know, I lie all the time about talking and stuff. After this video, we'll be back to the regular scheduled videos, and I'll see you on the next one.
Here we are in the heart of every childhood American dream, where we all stopped at Wall Drug on our family vacation. Yep.
What do we get to? And here, the next is,
Big nuts.